Ho, 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 happy holidays from Gresham, Oregon. This early Christmas gift from eBay will be opened tonight. It is a special game from 1973-74, the NBA Players Association board game, aka Statis Pro Basketball. So stay tuned. We will tear open this box and see what's inside. All right, here we go. Let's tear into this box, see what we got for a prize. I'm going to pull out some paper first. Let's see, this thing came on Tuesday. I thought it was going to come on Sunday, but we are good to go. And let's see what we got in this box. There it is. NBA Players Association. All right, there we go, and that is the goods. Pretty shiny looking box. Little wear on the edges, but this game is what? 38 years? 73, that'd be 48 years of age. Came out during the fall of 1973. Let me move closer to it so I can take a closer look at it. This apparently is a version, the earliest versions, the origins of Statis Pro Basketball here. The Players Association sponsored this game. And as you can see, as I push more stuff out of the way, we definitely have a cool box with, let me try and push this up and make this readable without glare. There you go. West, Connie Hawkins, Dave DeBuscher, Kareem Jabbar, Hondo Havlicek, Oscar Robertson, Pete Maravich, and the Dipper in his final season, 1972-73. Box is in really pretty darn good shape. Let's see, the interior of the box looks pretty clear. We don't have too many imperfections there. It looks like it was well maintained, maybe not used too much, who knows. Let's cast this aside. Well, first off, let's just do a little comparison. Here's some games of the era, and you can see that the game is a little bit less in length comparatively to Wayne Wisco's Computer Basketball circa 1971. It's a thicker box. And of course, the ever-present Stratomatic Basketball from about 1980 seemed like it lasted about 3 or 4 decades. And it's also a little less length, but a little thicker in depth compared to those two boxes. So we'll just set that right there and move on to the next bunch of goodies inside the box. So what do we have here? I see we have player cards. This eBay auction included the 1973 initial season of cards and a 1976 set of cards. So this has got to be 76 with the Washington Bullets, and this is probably 73. We'll put those aside for now, and we'll check them out later. Let's see what is in this box. Looks like we've got a ball marker for possession, a little plastic piece. It's not overly important at this moment. Let's see. We also have a baggie, a Fast Action Cards baggie. Zip-locked all nice and neat. And let's take a look at some of these guys. There's a rubber banded portion of the deck, and then there's the non-rubber banded portion of the deck. So let's just take a look at those cards right there. Fast Action Cards, ball to the highest index team, rebound ratings, G1, random shot numbers, how to advance the ball, the jump ball. Ooh, flagrant foul on this Z rating right here. So This initial Statis Pro obviously had some Z ratings. Action, pass to F2, foul defender, shot number 54. You got all the usual stuff as you turn the pace of play. I haven't played Statis Pro for about 40 years, so I'm going to have to refresh my memory and relearn the game. But I'm really pumped about playing some 1972-73 action. This is what they look like. There's plenty of them. I'm not sure how many I'm supposed to have. But this seems like a lot of cards. This almost seems like a double deck right there when you put those two together. That's a lot of cards. They've hardly been used. They look like they're in fantastic condition. So definitely something to consider. Let's see what else is in this box. It looks like we got some random blank cards here. I don't know if you're going to make your own cards or what that is all about. Anyhow, put those aside. Let's see what we got from a roster sheet here for the 76 team, 75-76 season. And there you go. Guys like Curtis Rowe and all kinds of. There's the Knicks of 76. They were kind of winding down their run. They weren't championship caliber by then, but they still had Walt Frazier. And there's my Trailblazers, a young Bill Walton, second season. But anyway, that's what you get. Oh, you get a little bit of a write-up here. It's like a little advertisement for their 56 baseball edition and football editions of the game. Well-maintained rosters and brochures. So I'll set those aside. What else do we got? Oh, it looks like we've got an auxiliary sheet here. Now that font is obviously different than the cards right here. So this looks like a 76 edition and additional cards. Maybe you get a few additional cards with the newer season because you needed a few more shots per 48 minutes or possession. So we'll find out about that probably in some instructions. Double dribble. Huh. Anyway, that's just one sheet, one uncut sheet. So that'll be interesting to add to the game. Push that aside for a second. And here's something I saw on the eBay auction. I'm going to move the box aside for a second so I can look this over. It's a tabloid created for the original Statis Pro game. And it states 1974 official NBA game is fast, real, court action occurs. So that's kind of cool. Let me just pull it on the fold right here. Take a look at what it says. The official game of the National Basketball Association. And why am I having blurring troubles? There we go. Will contain 195 players this year. Each team having a total of 10 and 12 players. So they do have more than just the typical 10-player teams. It's based on the 72-73 season, of course. This is listed for September of 73, so it's the 73-74 edition out of Waterloo, Iowa. So anyhow, this tabloid talks about the game. Talks a little bit about removing the spinner. When I first created the official NBA Players Basketball game, I employed a spinner, which served as the basis for the play action. I felt that the spinner was undesirable and immediately went to work on a system that would result in removing the spinner from the game. When I created fast action cards, I knew that I had come up with an important breakthrough in tabletop basketball and the cards, which are a part of the game that you will get. Enables a total game to be played in less than an hour, including all scoring. Now I feel that for the first time ever, a basketball game now exists that plays not only accurately, but also quickly. In fact, I am so certain that you will find this game to be as it is described, that we offer you money back if not satisfied within 10 days. Well, I've got 10 days to play this, apparently, to determine whether I want to return it back in time to 1973. They got a little playing time, just a little spiel about how amazing this game is for the time. So there's the back side, a little faux tournament that was set up. Let's see what it says on the interior of this tabloid here, if I can get to it. It's really in good shape if I don't tear it. Okay, here we go. Oh, how the game plays. Look at that. You got some pseudo lineups. This would probably be how I'd want to look at it. Do a quick little setup. Set all of your lineups. Start with a jump ball. Talks about home court advantage. All kinds of little tips to get you started right away. How the game plays. The shot numbers. The rebounding. Even got little advanced features like forced rest. And all kinds of fun little items there. That's pretty fascinating. Let me try and turn this page with one hand. Oh, there we go. They show you all the 74 editions, 73 season team rosters. You can see that there was the lowly 76ers who won 9 games. Oh, back in the day, this game could have been purchased for $10. Season cards, $5. Fast action cards, $2.50. Boy, we've come a long way. Quite impressive. But anyway, the rosters, they show the Lakers. The last year of Chamberlain, West, Goodrich. Almost a championship back-to-back, but injuries to West and Hairston kind of limited that. The Knicks bounce back. Where's their roster? There's the Warriors. Rick Barry returned to the NBA after a few years in the ABA. Oh, the Knicks are just after the Bucks. And there's that championship lineup. Reed came back with an average season for him, but he rebounded in the playoffs, and they won the championship. So let's move on, see if there's anything interesting here. Well, look at that. You got a full NBA schedule. What else do you need? You can play your entire season just looking at this chart. And this looks like a little test playing of the 1973 Knicks. It looks like they did some games and played their own games and showed how closely the games resembled, even a small sample like this. They were having similar results, beating the good teams, competing against the bad teams. And so, fascinating. Little gameplay, good old-timey stuff. This tabloid's worth its weight in gold to me. I just love looking at this old stuff. So they even got the box scores, I think, of some of the games they played. So you can see that Rick Barry got held to 9 points in a game and fouled out. I don't like seeing that. He's one of my favorite players. So look at Willis Reed dump in 25 points, 13 boards. The vintage Reed showed up for that game. I don't think he averaged a ton of points this season, but per minute played, he was still pretty solid. They got a little playing time chart showing you how much you may want to play some of your players. That's interesting in itself. Substitutions are always kind of a weird thing to look at, and how to give people the time they're supposed to play. And here's more of their tournament they were playing. It's like Phoenix went 2-3. The Lakers were 7-1. Bucks 6-3. New York 5-3. So yeah, they had some fun with this, showing a little test run of their game. Look at Chamberlain getting a 24-point game. He averaged, I think, 13.2 in his final year. But Jabbar had 33 points, and they beat the Lakers by 2 whole points. Johnny McLaughlin, 6 of 9. So anyway, there's a little score sheet type kit there. And finally, the back side talks about a tournament setup they've got right here. You can probably play your own tournament. But anyway, this was just a neat little neat little tab I saw on eBay, and it looked really, really pretty cool. And that is a great piece of history to have. So anyway, moving back to the box, let's see what else we have. Well. We've got a set of player instructions, it looks like. Playing rules. As I said, I haven't played Statis Pro in about 40 years. Thought it was a solid game, nothing earth-shattering, but it was still enjoyable. And so this looks like some original playing rules, which I'll have to read. And I know the original game from 1973 is slightly different than future games, so it's probably simplified and a little different. So maybe no secondary shots and things of that nature. But yeah, this thing just goes into it. Talks about assists and all the fun and exciting stuff. This just talks about how the action cards work. And so it's probably not too difficult. You got some shot numbers and block shot items. Jump ball. Interesting. Oh, and of course the dreaded Z ratings, the weird plays requiring rest, injuries, home team injuries, technical fouls, double fouls, press ratings, and special options, including for overtime rest, fringe players. You can only address 10 players for a game. Interesting. Last shot of quarter, what's that? If only one card remains in your deck, you may take a last second long-range shot, and only a guard may try it. Name a guard and reduce 10 from his field goal number for the last second shot. Well, food for thought. Stall. You got the stall. You can buy little game parts. SAG defense. So interesting. They got a little bit of everything in here. And what do we have here? A chart. A field goal determination table. Just shows what happens if you have a good defender or... Interesting. In case you're slow on math, you can't make those calculations yourself. 33 plus 5 is 38. Okay, wonderful. All right, well, what else do we got here? A nice little basketball fan from summer of 76. So this was obviously 3 years later. Explains the additional fast action cards included. This may have been could this have been a 76 edition? Did they use this box for 3 straight years? I just thought he purchased a newer set later on, but maybe not. Maybe this is 76. But who knows? It has the original 73 cards, which we will look at in a moment. Yeah, this is the Statis Pro brochure from 76. Fascinating. It talks a little bit about some of the cards being a little bit blurry. So, interesting. Printing costs, inflation. Second paragraph, we put used to buy 76,000 sheets of cardboard for $850. Now it's $1,298. So they're still selling the game for $5. I still don't know how that is profitable. I have no idea. Or the full game's $10, $5 for the cards. Now there's a nice looking board to place your game cards on. A pretty small footprint. So you'll have this as your board, 5 on 5. And then you place your fast action cards wherever. And so outside of the score sheet, That's a pretty nice footprint. That's a small footprint with that board. And we finish off this box with, looks like just score sheets. Wow, that's a thick pad. It doesn't look like this has been used that often. It's got a little bit of wear, a little bit of use, probably a few games played, but got a few score sheets to play with. Some more running score and some random cardboard of sorts in the bottom. So next up, we'll take a look at a few of the cards and wrap up this unboxing. All right, back for some unboxing. These are the 73 cards right here. And they all look pretty good from the few teams that I have opened already. This is your Warriors, Golden State Warriors. Nate Thurman, defensive rating -4, and a block rating of 5. So that makes him pretty dang tough overall. This was an era where the centers were very dominant. And I don't see any steal ratings on these cards, but it looks like if you have a good center and you have a block rating of 5 and a defensive rating of -4, you must be a pretty solid defender. Of course, my favorite player is Rick Barry returning to the Golden State Warriors, so I had to take a look at him really quick. They didn't give him much of a defensive rating there, +1. That's not all that great, but he's in there to score points and make free throws and do some wizardry on the court. So that's Rick's card, assist rating of 2. He wasn't full assist guy yet, but he was getting better as being the point forward for the Warriors in the 70s. The Lakers, who almost won the championship, but had injuries in the finals, and the Knicks stormed over them 4-1. There is the Dipper in his last season. Once again, cards are in really good shape. So hoping to get a little better look at that. Wilt's a -4 on defense, block 5. They know he can still swat with the best of them at age 36. And Jerry West, once again, solid defensively, even in his final seasons. This is his second to final season. And of course, your champion Knicks, Dave DeBusschere, all defensive first team. What'd they give him? -4 on defense, 4 on block shots. Reasonable scorer and a rebounder, of course. Dollar Bill Bradley. John Gianelli. Dickie Barnett. Still throwing in some points off the bench, it looks like. I know he's only 514 minutes, so he's rounding out his career. I was going to make a comparison. These are the 76 cards that came, so this may have been purchased as a 76 edition. I'm not sure. Maybe not. But they've added the team cards. I can't remember. There's their fast break. There's indexes, all kinds for the Portland Trailblazers of 76. It's the second-year Walton card. They've also got foul drawing and injury ratings. So I'll have to see how that integrates with the cards. I'm interested in that for certain, how those two seasons mesh, because there's obviously some secondary ratings on the Walton card as well. It's block 3, injury 7. Yeah, he was injury prone. But anyway, the Washington Bullets are right here. Once again, they got Casey Jones as the coach. Whoops, I can't get my thing right. Casey Jones, second in the division. So anyway, those are the way the cards look. There's Wes Unseld and Mike Reardon, Truck Robinson, Phil Chenier. So interesting stuff here. I'm interested because these are like two different games almost. This is the more modern version of Statis Pro from what I recall. So that'll be interesting to see if the sets of rules I got, there's like updated sets of rules for that, in addition to the classic 1973 set of rules. So I'll be interested in that. The worst case scenario, I might have to upgrade my fast action cards or something, but I have no clue at this point. So, but either way, this is just a treat to see these old time players. But either way, I got the entire 75, 76 season of cards, 18 teams. They're all put in their little envelopes. 17 teams from the 1972-73 season. But anyway, this is pretty much a treat just to see what this game was all about. So I hope everybody enjoyed watching this. Just hope you guys all have a happy holiday season. I'll put in one more tree shot for the road. Anyway, signing off. Have a happy holiday, and we'll talk to you soon.